All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Bushkar. I'm here with my brother Jesse. Say hello,
What,
Jesse.
what's happening? Happy
W-
Monday.
Happy Monday, and welcome to Not Replaced Yet Office Hours. This is the show that keeps you informed and inspired about all things AI. We are building something here with Not Replaced Yet, and we need your help. Please like, subscribe, share. Tell all your friends and family about us. Anyone who's interested in the future of AI, the future of what's changing work, and anyone nerdy or just interested in your life. And please head over to notreplacedyet.ai, sign up for the email list. Cool things are happening there. And yeah, you said it's Happy Monday, man. How's it
Yeah,
going?
it's good. It's good. Lots of stuff is happening as always. I'm down in the weeds with our podcast editing, so it's like about AI, but not really using AI. Although CapCut has a bunch of amazing AI features. Right now, I'm just tinkering with masks and cuts and transitions and stuff. So excited to come up for air and hear what you found today out there in the world. And yeah, it's busy as always.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do something slightly new here. Again, we are continuously shifting the format here on the office hours. Of course, the true focus and in the long term, office hours is about you, the audience. We want you to come on and ask us questions. We are your personal AI consultants. That's the entire point here. And but until such time, right now, we are going to go through today's headlines, talk a little bit about what's going on in the news today. And so I've put some of that together here. Today, it is Monday, April 21st, 2025. And here, you know what? I'm gonna kill the music for now, just to
Kill the
make it
music.
easier, because we might edit something together.
Oh
And
yeah, if
I
we clip
don't know
that
if you
up,
saw
it'll.
actually last time I actually edited something from one of our lives into a short that I pushed out the other day,
Mhm.
and you can to your point, CapCut has some decent AI tooling, and I isolated the voice. But in isolating your voice, it also pulled the voice that says "not replaced yet"
Oh,
from the
that's funny.
song. And so it's on top of your voice. Anyways,
That's really funny.
that's besides the point. All right, yeah. So today's Monday, April 21st, 2025, and today's headlines are: to get around U.S. sanctions, Huawei is readying their new AI chip for mass shipment as China seeks NVIDIA alternatives. Um, China also is saying that embodied AI is
Sorry,
less.
it's not going to help
China
the
is
clipping.
It's not. China is also saying that embodied AI is reshaping daily life. Chinese leaders see AI as their key to upgrading military strength and solving problems created by a shrinking workforce. Um, what do we have? The trial against Google. This is a big one. The trial against Google is starting by the DOJ. It begins. Sorry, I can't read my own writing. The trial against Google has started. The government is claiming that Google could use AI to extend their search monopoly. And that's going to be an interesting case because they have been pouring a bunch of money into this administration to try and get out of that. So we'll see what happens there. The Mary Kay O'Connor Process Safety Center and EnerSys, something I've never heard of, are creating a training platform that simulates a potential pipeline incident using AI and a gaming platform. ChatGPT search is growing quickly in Europe, OpenAI claims, and Instagram is using AI to find teens lying about their age and restricting their accounts.
Don't look at my kids. We lie to these stinking services all the time because like you can't really use the services if you have these restrictions. There's so many like pitfalls in there, so we have to manage them without oftentimes manage them without being truthful about ages. Wait, just to go back to the original one,
Yeah,
the Chinese government saying that embodied AI is reshaping daily life.
yeah.
Is that what I heard you say?
That is what you heard me say. So, in fact, let me pull that up because it's an interesting, it's a cool way to put it, and I think it is interesting, and it's what I would hope to occur here in America as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, what they're talking about are uh, humanoid workers and bots, things like delivery drones,
Mm-hmm.
um, things that are actually sort of here. Let's get it. See, it's an article, so it's kind of going through a narrative to get through it. But like it says, and this is from The Guardian. So it says, a few meters away from the impromptu karaoke session is an airdrop cabinet, one of more than 40 in Shenzhen that is operated by Meituan, China's biggest food delivery platform. So a drone loaded up with goods from a shopping mall less than 3 kilometers away flies into view and earshot, hovering over the delivery station for a moment before steadily lowering and depositing the goods into a sealed box that can be only unlocked by entering the customer's phone number. And so it's an example of those types of things where
Yeah.
they're just calling it embodied AI, where systems, robots, things like that are actually, having an effect inside your daily life.
That's so cool. I mean, when I got into drones, it's been about a year and a half since Jessica got me that first DJI Mini 3, and you start going down the rabbit hole of what's possible with these things. Because I mean, my little drone that was like, not that this is nothing, but it was $400 at Sam's Club or Costco or
Right,
something,
right, right.
and it can go, especially if I had the upgraded controller, it can go several miles, radius around me, line of sight dependent and things like that. But I started thinking like, well, where we live on a small, like Wilmington Island is not a large area. Like, could you do drone deliveries, pizza deliveries, food deliveries in, I don't know. It's a nice like microcosm because we don't have infinite direction to go for land. That's not really AI because I wasn't thinking autonomously, but I mean that's the future we're approaching. A lot of people are thinking about that and doing that.
It would need to be autonomous though. Like, you're not thinking about like having VR goggles on, actually flying it, right?
In my hypothesis, I didn't really think through it to that degree, but yeah, it
Sure.
should be it should be for something like that. If you need to do it at scale, it needs to either your payload's super expensive, like I mean, my mind goes to the Robin Williams and LL Cool J hit Toys, if you recall that back in the day.
I know that it exists.
It was a disembodied military where the kids were taught to play video games and the video games were real, and so the kids were actually
That's
fighting.
bringing back a memory. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
totally.
So, yeah, so that's in that regard, that's a high cost payload, so it's worth a human operator. But pizza is not a high cost payload, so autonomous is the right way to go.
Yeah.
Um, that's cool. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on the drone here. Like drones, like self-driving cars and other real-world implications, are just going to have such societal. It's Tyler Cowen. I seem to be coming back to him a lot these days.
Yeah,
But
we're
like,
stuck on him lately.
I know. But like, the societal pressures and the human pressures are like a different layer than the technology capabilities. You know what I mean? Using an app, no one is going to be like, "Oh, let's shut down the app," because everybody uses apps. But like, if you were seeing 30 drones fly over your house and you knew they were autonomous every day, like if that traffic picked up, like I think there'd be a lot of people that push back on that. Like, what's
Yeah.
the
Uh,
drone NIMBY acronym? Not over
I
my
agree there
backyard.
for sure.
NOMBYs,
N- Yeah.
not over.
Um, well, so at this point, I think we need to pivot into something else.
Hmm.
And I don't, this is the fun of Alive. We don't actually have anything planned right now. So we could go back to our four-letter word.ai commercial creation.
Hmm.
We could talk about some possible content that's coming up, or we could call it for the day and have a
Well,
short one today.
let's
I mean,
let's
we've been
do.
going for 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, not bad. Let's do. I didn't even look to see if anyone had joined. Is there
I
anyone
don't think so.
you
I have it
tracking?
up. Nope.
Chat, 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 chat. Um, One question I had for you, might as well ask out in the open, is Loop Group email this morning. Did you receive that today?
I did. Yes.
10 a.m., not 9. I changed it
Right.
to. So this
Yep.
is
Yep.
an application that Nick and I are iterating on to bring some value to the audience that we're building here. So it's a daily email. We'll elaborate more, but did you see how I combined the question and answer so it was a single email? Are
Yep.
you a fan of
Yep.
that move?
I do like that. I think that's a. I think that in fact I'm pulling it back up just to. Um, man, I answered it and I realized I didn't answer the way you asked it. You asked on a scale of 1 to 10. I answered it fully.
You know, it's funny.
Uh,
So did I. I did it wrong too.
oh wow, that's really funny.
I also
I don't know why I did that.
I also spelled the question wrong, or like typed the question wrong, because I said, "Do you think AI jobs?"
AI jobs. I saw that and I was
And I
like,
didn't
I
mean
don't
to
think
do
that's. I
that.
was like, that is that an AI? Like, did an AI write that?
No,
Um,
just me being dumb.
yeah.
I'm fixing
Um,
that for the rest of the week, actually, right now.
I wonder. Something that could be cool for the email output is a more of an HTML layout for it,
Mm-hmm.
like a column, something like almost like what's the just a little design to it to like get almost make it easier to take in the information, just sort of
Mm-hmm.
in a easier snapshot. I mean, that's, again, barcoding. I
Yeah.
won't do that, but no, yeah, I do like the combo, and Brittany said she got it this morning.
Yeah, I
She
added.
she
So
sent it.
I've got 20 people on the list now. We're sending it to
Oh,
20
okay.
humans, and then we asked 20 AI currently. And I don't go and check. I could go check because this is still just tied to the email address. So I don't
Yeah.
go and check who's responded. Actually, I lied. I've got the answers up right here. I've got. Oh, it doesn't go get. I forgot. It goes and gets the answers at like mid 11:59 p.m. I was like, why are
Yeah.
no one's answers in my database? But it's because they're not actually there. So, all right. Well, I also think the like question itself really matters. Your point last week of like, don't make me think first thing in the morning. Really, what we're trying to get is a quick pulse on a fact, like that
Yeah.
has like. That's why I switched to the scale of 1 to 10s and stuff, because it's like, okay, then you can tomorrow. You're like, oh, you answered an 8, but the group answered a 6. You know, like
Sure.
you have like a relativistic there. But I don't know. Anything else come to mind with the iterations here?
Not for this. I did you get to check out the tooling that I was building out? I've been
Yeah,
vibe
yeah.
coding our internal YouTube tools to help us out.
So I didn't understand the transcript, and then when and I was triple tasking with other things, and then when you sent the note about the thumbnail viewer, I went in there and I played with that, and that's super cool. And yeah, I mean, I think it's like what was the first one? Is just like asking questions about the video.
I will show you. Yeah. So here, in fact, I'll share my screen out. If I can remember
Turn back
the
time.
URL.
Oh,
There we go.
we'll keep iterating on this format. Pretty soon, it'll just be karaoke.
That's it. 100%. All right, so this is a completely vibe coded, lots of bugs internal tool that I've been building out, but that we have no intention or thought about doing anything more than just helping us internally. So things that are helping us build out the podcast, a YouTube transcript tool, and then a thumbnail comparison tool. So one of the ideas is if we go over to YouTube and we can grab some I'm gonna grab one of our episode 3 podcast. Watch this not
It's one
work.
of the top
So
three
if you
we've
go
ever
to our
done.
transcript tool and you paste in the URL to some YouTube video here and you
Mm-hmm.
hit get transcript, that loads in that video. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it doesn't have it because we don't have a transcript. So
Mm.
another video that that does have it. So like this guy, we like this guy, Greg Eisenberg, for videos that have transcripts, and this is part of the problem. It gets the entire transcript right here. So it
Mm-hmm.
pulls in that transcript, and then I can say, uh, summarize this video for me in 2 sentences. And this is just hitting up GPT 4.0, and 4.0 responds. So I can have
Mm-hmm.
a conversation with this. So
Mm-hmm.
this would be for our own videos, for other videos that we're interested in, to help us brainstorm things, to help us like think through things. Just a way to talk to YouTube videos. And again, it's all very basic and maybe it needs to be expanded out. And I added some
Mm-hmm.
tagging system to it. These were like it created this fake one inside Supabase, John Doe technology and tutorial. And so then you can filter down by like if I want to do if I click that tag, it only shows those and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And then I realized you said you thought it would be cool for us to have this comparison for us to build out our YouTube thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was interesting. So I went through and you can, we have, it's again, it's all kind of messy right now because it's just being vibe coded. But like in channel admin, you can add YouTube channels that you want to
Mm-hmm.
get thumbnails from, right? So if we, here again, if we add some new channel, I'm going over to YouTube in a different tab, 1 second. Like, what if we get, I don't know this guy. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy around. All right. So I'm gonna add this channel, and I want 10 thumbnails from his account. Oh, look at that. See, it's not even working right now. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what's going on there. I don't know why it's going. But anyways, so these I had already added these before we started sharing. So there are these 3 accounts, and we can go into manage thumbnails, and it pulled down all these thumbnails from their accounts, and then we can go back to the channels. Although that is the navigation's weird. So then we can, in the enhanced flipbook, we can select our thumbnails. We're considering these 3 thumbnails for our next video. And then I want to compare against these 3 accounts. And I can hit start comparison. And it does this like flipbook. And I found a few, and slow and fast or backwards and so.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is it flips through and it just lets you sort of visually see, oh, ours mixed in with others. And it's like this idea of um, does it does it feel similar? Does it is it doing something better? And what I've realized is I actually really like the Vision 2.0 one in a way because the text like create, change YouTube, cash flow, AI agents, man who beat, man who broke, steal this. Like as you see what is
Mm-hmm.
like in an instant shown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's something interesting in seeing into this way if it like stacks up or works with someone else's against someone else's content, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. And so
It
that's kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I mean, it kind of hit me as I was listening to Patty Galloway talk about that attention span, and you know how much I spend kind of mental calories
Cognitive
on
load is your
cognitive
favorite
load
phrase.
mapping, cognitive
Yeah,
load. Andy Kahneman or not Andy,
Daniel.
Danny. It's just the
Dandy.
casualness. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dandy, and the late great Amos Tversky. But yeah, I think that's really cool. I think you really are like playing a different SEO game, and I've played that game for a long time. But now that we're launching our own stuff and have the kind of front row seat, hands on, skin in the game approach, it's different and fun and educational. So I think that tool's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And I think our A/B test strategy that we were talking about yesterday will be playing out, and we'll see how those tools like reinforce or distract, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hey, we're doing this on purpose. Did it work? Did it do the opposite? You know. So awesome. Well, maybe today that's a good place to end for today. Lots of stuff going on a Monday. What
I
you
think
think?
so. I think that's a good place to call it. Again, everyone who's watching this amazing stream, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Go to notreplaceyet.ai, sign up for the email list. You're going to get some awesome stuff. You better do it. Send it to your friends, tell your mother, whoever, whatever. And yeah, that's it for today's show, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Adios.